Well, I can give it. Do you want it?
Yeah.
You won't get it, but I can give it to you.
Oh, can I try it?
Yeah, can I try it? Let me try it.
Yeah, let me try it.
No, you can't. Okay, so let's start with something fairly simple, which is called small, medium, large theorem. Also known as SML. And that's not a technical name, by the way. I made that up. 35, 65, and Alex, what do you want to call this triangle?
ABC.
Oh, you kook, you. ABC. Okay, first of all, how big is angle C? You'll need your calculators, by the way, just to help me out. Can't do the calculations. I'm scared.
80.
How much?
80.
80. Somebody confirm?
Yes.
All right, beautiful. Simple application of the triangle sum theorem. So we're going to shift from equality into inequality today. Eventually we'll get there. And in fact, we're going to get there in a second. So, simple question, Franny. Which angle is biggest?
80 degrees. The one that's 80 degrees. C.
Yes.
Angle C.
Angle C. Which one is the medium angle?
Angle
And which one is the smallest
A.
angle?
Angle B.
Okay, so we can express that as C is greater than A is greater than B. Fairly simple. Okay, hopefully nobody had any trouble with that. Now the fun part, Franny. Which side is biggest?
A, B. A,
Any
no.
particular reason? No, no, no.
It's
We don't
A,
know.
B.
Go ahead. I heard you say AB and then you changed your mind, you changed it to
C, B.
CB, cat badger. Any particular reason? Just because you're feeling it? Okay. Joita, what do you got?
Well, the 80 degrees is close to 90 degrees, and like when it's like across the right angle is like the hypotenuse, which is the longest side of the triangle.
So you're going with what being the biggest?
AB.
All right, so hold on. Franny, you wanted CB as the largest.
Sure.
Well, I'm not talking you into anything. You said CB, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then which one would you think would be in the middle?
A, B.
Which would make the smallest CB, AB, CB, AC. Okay. Change colors. What did you say the biggest one was?
AB.
AB. And the middle one?
CB.
And the smallest?
AC.
Which one did we do? AC. Oh, look, you're in agreement. At least for the smallest. Okay. So, Franny, your argument was you put them in that order because you just had a feeling.
Yeah.
And Joita, you argued that 80 is close to 90, and if it was close to 90, it would be the hypotenuse, which would make it the longest angle in the, or longest side in the triangle. Okay, what do you want to chime in on? Should I change colors? Are you going to argue with both of them?
Well, I don't even know if I'm right, so I just,
Or are you going to throw it out there anyways?
yeah.
I like it.
Well, I mean, you don't really know what side's the biggest.
We hadn't entertained that possibility that you can't solve the problem.
Yeah, because, like, you can't just, like, one side could be bigger than the other, but the angles could be the same.
So you're going with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yusuf, what do you got?
I think the largest angle is gonna always face the largest side because if the largest angle always opens up more, so the side is gonna be longer.
So you're agreeing with the blue, the red, or the green?
Red.
Yes, Tom, back to you.
Well, that angle could be, like, I'll draw one.
And how would we see your paper?
I'd hold it up. Oh,
I've got a
okay.
giant sheet of paper right here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you have, like, what?
Well, you got to get out of the way. You're
Oh.
drawing in your shadow.
Oh. Well.
Watch how cool this is. Look, it's gone. Oh, it's back. Look, it's gone. Oh, it's back.
All right, perfect.
You got it? See that thing on the ceiling?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so
Well, well, you could have like a big angle, which like that could, if he's saying that like the biggest angle has to be like the biggest side, well like that's the biggest angle, but that's the biggest angle, but
Is that an arrow you just drew?
but that's the biggest side, so like yeah.
So I'm confused. Hold on, don't say a word. I'm confused. Is he agreeing or disagreeing with you?
I don't know. I think it's kind of both.
Okay, so they're not sure, so I'll ask you. Are you agreeing or disagreeing with him?
Well, didn't he say, he said like the biggest angle has to like face the biggest side, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Pretty much what you just drew.
So like, no, that,
I'm confused now.
I think they all here.
Okay, so wait, hold on. So again, are you agreeing or disagreeing?
I think first
Wait, hold on. I'm going to ask you a question. You have only two responses. You have yes or no. There's no gray area here. So do you agree?
now I agree.
You only have two responses. Yes or no.
Yes.
Quite so.
Okay, so you understand that.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Not yeah, yes or no. Do you agree?
Definitely.
Excellent. Okay, so we'll circle that. And so you just wanted to come up and draw on the board.
No, I mean at first I completely like brain farted, I guess. I thought like he was talking about something else.
What did you think he was talking about?
Like, you know, the big angles like this. I thought he was talking about this side or this side.
Okay, so just think about this for a second. Someone in my 8th period class, let's say, doesn't understand the lesson, so they go and watch the video.
I'm sorry,
Alligator.
If you're watching this, please help.
Or this. Okay. Oh, Tom, you're so much fun to pick on.
You go like this. Please.
Franny, I'm sorry we can't go with your gut reaction.
Okay.
That is correct. Okay. So we started with angles and we got sides. And the small, medium, large theorem says exactly what he talked about. The largest side is opposite the largest angle. The medium side is opposite the medium angle. The smallest side is always opposite the smallest side. I said that wrong. Smallest side opposite smallest angle. It's a two-way street, also known as a reversible statement. So if we start with the side lengths, let's suppose we have a triangle. We'll call it XYZ. And I know that this is 7, this is 11, and this is 9. Which angle is biggest? Go. Z. Which angle's in the middle? X. And by process of elimination, Y would be the smallest. Okay? Easy concept? Beautiful. So that's a small, medium, large theorem. And of course it's going to get more complicated because I could give you a triangle like this, ABC, and instead of giving you the angle measures, I could give you algebraic expressions. Let me see if I have an example of that or if I just make one up. Give me a second here. Checking my notes. We'll skip that. We'll do an example in a second. Okay, but I could do something. This isn't going to work because I'm just making it up, but I could do something like 2x minus 3, x squared, and 4x plus 7. And I would ask you, list the sides in order from smallest to largest, or from largest to smallest. Make sure you read the problem. I won't always ask you smallest to largest, I may ask you largest to smallest. How would you solve that problem?
Well, we'd have to.
You could substitute like 1 for x and then see what the equivalent would be.
Not quite, because we don't know x is 1. John?
Wait, could you like set it up because Pythagorean theorem? Oh, actually, that's just for sides. Never mind.
Could you add them together and make it equal to 100? Or 180.
Okay, good, 180. Where have you been? Yeah. Add up the three angles, set them equal to 180, solve for x, then plug it back in, get the angle measures, and then we proceed with what we did originally. If we know the angle measures, then we can find the sides. Common mistake that people make. This is fairly straightforward. I don't even know if this would work out. X squared plus 4x plus 7 plus 2x minus 3 equals 180. Okay, no problem. If I change the problem over here and talk about the sides first, let me get this stuff out of the way. A very common mistake is people do the following. Let's suppose I know this is 2x, this is 3x minus 4, and this is 7x plus 11. How do I solve that one? What do I do with those three algebraic measurements? Yeah.
Wouldn't you set it since you wait? You don't. Never mind, because you don't know the angle measurements.
Bingo. You can't add those three up and set them equal to 180. Why?
Because they're not angles.
They're not angles, they're sides. So I would need an extra chunk of information. I would need to know, let's say, the perimeter. Or I might have something crazy like I might tell you this is an isosceles triangle. Then you can proceed from there. But sides do not add up to 180 degrees. Angles add up to 180 degrees. Okay, we good? Small, medium, large, fairly easy?
Yes.
Good. This is all based on one simple premise, and that is that you have a triangle. What we haven't talked about yet is situations where you don't have a triangle. This is a pretty important idea called the triangle inequality theorem. We're going to break it into three cases. Case number one, simply put, you have a triangle. That's everything we've been doing so far. We've dealt with problems where we have a triangle. There are cases, though, where it won't be a triangle. So let's say, for instance, I have three side lengths of 2, 3, and 8. That won't make a triangle. Okay, can you visualize that? Okay, this is case number 2, where we would get something like this. You've got your 8 sitting down here. You've got 3 over here. You got 2 over here. The two shorter guys are not long enough to make a triangle. Therefore, no triangle. Third case, 2, 3, and 5. What happens there? You've got your 5. You've got your 3 coming in here. You got the 2 coming in here. What's eventually going to happen?
It's gonna make the lines.
Or it's not a line, it's a segment, correct. It collapses into a segment. Okay, so this collapses into a segment. This is a train wreck. And this is a triangle.
Isn't 2 and 3 like the same thing?
No.
What's the difference?
I was just yeah, I was just going to ask that same question. What's the difference between these two scenarios?
The tool will like never work out, it'll never make a straight segment.
Hold on.
2 and 3 add 5.
2 and 3 add to 5. 2 and 3 don't add to 8. Okay. So the question is, will 13, 35, and 42 make a triangle?
Yes, because 13 and 35 add up to more than 42.
So,
I don't know how to explain this. Can we just like call someone else? I'm bad at explaining things.
hold on, it's okay, a whistle will help you. Your name is hard to say with a lisp like that. Whistle. Oh, listen.
Well, because it's similar to them, but not always. 2 and 3 equal less than 8, so it's less. The 2 other legs added together equal less than the longest one. It won't work, and if they add up to the longest one, it won't work because then it will be segment. But if them added together equal more than, it should like collapse. It should be.
We good with that?
Yep.
Did you even hear her, Grace?
No.
Okay, we'll do this then. Can you take what you just explained and summarize it into our triangle inequality theorem? What does the triangle inequality theorem say? You got 3 sides of a triangle. Okay. How do I know if I have a triangle?
2 of the sides.
Which 2 sides? Any 2?
The small and medium side add up to be more than the largest side.
Did you hear that one? Still didn't say it loud. Grace has got to hear you.
The small and medium side add up larger than the largest side.
She heard, okay. The smallest, no, let's not use smallest, let's use small. Small and medium side lengths must sum, ooh, fancy term, sum to be greater than the long side. Beautiful. If they don't, then we don't have a triangle. So you can't just throw any willy-nilly triangle together and expect to get a triangle. Okay, well done. All right, now you ready for some fun? Suppose I have a triangle. We'll call it G, H, and J. And I know that GH is 8, and I know JH is 12. How long is GJ? How many?
6.
6.
Wait, never mind.
No, not 6. Emily, how long is 6? How long is 6 is a dumb statement. How long is X is what I meant to say. Give me a number. $13. So if X is 13, that would mean that 13 is the longest side. Does 8 plus 12 equal a number greater than 13? Yep. Beautiful. That wasn't so bad, was it? Yeah.
X is.
It's not a good way to start a sentence. Start over.
X is more than or equal to 4.
More than or equal to 4.
Yes.
Okay, so let's make X equal to 4.
Yes.
That would make 12 the longest side. Is 8 plus 4 greater than 12?
Or wait.
Oh, okay, so you're going to revise your
5.
statement.
Yes.
Greater than 5 or 5 or greater?
5 or greater.
We're including 5.
Yeah.
Okay, so 5 would make 12 the longest side, so 8 plus 5 is 13, which is greater than 12.
Yeah.
Good. What about 4.5? Oh! 8 plus 4.5 is 12.5, greater than 12.
So then it'd be like 4.
Greater than
Greater than 4.
Greater than 4, good. Because you know I was going 4.000001 next.
Yeah.
So we want any number greater than 4. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Hey, what about 300? Jalen? 300 work?
Yeah.
Well, 300 would make GJ the longest.
Oh wait, no. It
No,
wouldn't.
no. All right, let me write this down before we lose track. So you're saying that X has to be greater than 4, right, Jalen?
Yes.
Okay, good. Everybody in agreement?
No, I mean,
No, you're not in agreement?
There's a difference.
Because x
No,
also.
no, yes, no question. Are you in
Yes,
agreement?
Yes.
Yes, good. So then why are you raising your hand and arguing with me?
Because there's something else that.
Well, there's always something else.
Well, no, like
The
x,
sun's out. There's
Excess.
something else.
x has to be less than 20.
I'm sorry, what?
X has to be less than 20
Why 20?
because 8 plus 12. Hold on. Okay, give me.
I can do what?
You just forget about
You got it right. What do you want?
Oh, it has to be more than 8 plus 12 equals 20, because if it's more than 12, then that's the longest side, and then 8 plus 12 is 20, so that's to equal like less than 20.
Wait, did you say
So
that
it's less
12
than
was the
20
longest
more.
side?
I didn't say anything. I just put an
Oh,
X up there.
okay.
Has to be less than 20
But it's
more.
not always the longest side.
That's it?
You'll make X.
Why
it's
though?
not.
Because his explanation wasn't horrible. Could you say that again?
Like,
Like? That's almost as bad as
okay. If we make the number more than 12, then that'd be the longest.
Wait, slow down. You're speaking at like the speed of sound, I can barely understand. Okay, so if we make X,
The longest side.
okay, so it's gotta be greater than 12.
Yes.
Okay.
It needs to be less than 20, because we add 8 and 12, it has to be more than 19.999 with the repeating line.
Okay. Are we good with that?
Yeah.
Anybody not in agreement? So that gives us a range for X. Because notice I didn't simplify.
Simplify.
Never mind.
Simplify.
No. What's the word? Specify. That's the word I was looking for.
What?
I didn't specify which side that was. Is it the shortest side? Is it the medium side? Or is it the long side? And so we get that. Okay, so just to make sure everybody's on the same page, let's change this. Using a lovely shade of red. Let's make this 124 and this 200. Sarah, what's the range of X? No? Matt?
It's gotta be greater than 76,
It's got to be greater than 76, but
but less than, sorry, 324.
everybody in agreement?
Yes.
Well done. Good. Okay, triangle inequality. So now we're going to get to a point where you start problems. You might want to check to make sure you have a triangle first. Okay. Or when you're done with your calculation, you might want to check to make sure that you have a triangle first. Okay, easy concept. Oh, question over here?
What if it's not a triangle? Do we just write
And you're done.
not a triangle?
Yeah. Because if I ask you to find the area of a triangle that's not a triangle, you can't really find the area of a triangle that's not a triangle,
Right,
right?
it's a hypothetical triangle.
It's not though. It's not a hypothetical triangle.
By that argument, you could say that Christian is a hypothetical moose. Right?
That's because someone is saying it, isn't it? Because
Are you okay?
Wow.
This video is the worst.
I don't even know what to say.
Christian.
Boy.
All right, one last thing. What's the relationship between angles 1, 2, and 3? Put your hand down, 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 put your hand down. Well, I asked the whole group, but I don't want you to answer. You've done enough talking today. You've done a
Thanks.
great job. No problem. Natalie?
1 is the sum of angles 2 and 3.
Angle 1 is equal to angle 2, whoops, or angle 3 plus angle 2. Yes? Everybody agree?
Yep.
What's that called?
Exterior angle theorem.
Ooh. Exterior angle theorem. You were just waiting for that, weren't you?
I was thinking it, and then you asked me, and I said it.
Excellent. Don't you love when that happens?
Yeah.
Okay. Based on this information, what's the relationship between angle 1 and angle 2?
What?
What do you
Like,
What?
Say it again.
Angle 1 minus angle 2 equals angle
Did I just call her Joanna?
Yeah.
I'm an idiot. Sorry. Say again.
Angle 1 minus angle 2 equals angle 3.
Yeah, but that's not the question I asked. I asked what's the relationship between angle 1 and angle 2? No, 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 no. This might be so simple it's not obvious.
They're both angles.
Moose boy?
They're both angles.
No.
Didn't I just say that?
That is a true statement. It's not quite that obvious.
Wait, angle 1 minus angle 3 equals angle 2?
Again, not answering the question I asked. No, no, no.
They're on the same line.
I like this lesson.
What do you see?
Yeah, thank you. Tricia?
Angle 1 is greater than angle 2.
Oh.
God.
I knew that.
Is that obvious?
Yeah.
Why?
Just a
Because
little
that's.
Because
One
two.
is up, two's one's on cue.
Because
Again, that'll be great in video, cause
Cause.
Because angle 2 and 3
Otherwise-
have to equal angle 1, so that means 2 can't equal 1 because 2 and 3 have to
I tuned out about halfway through the second sentence.
3 has to be positive because it's in a triangle, so 2 cannot be greater than 1.
They're all angles.
What?
They're all angles. All angles have to be positive.
What's the relationship between angles 1 and 3?
1's greater than 3.
Let's get it. What is bigger than 3?
I'm a genius.
Is that obvious? Don't throw your shoulder, I'll pat yourself on the back there, buddy boy. Okay. What's the relationship between angles 2 and 3?
They add
Yeah,
up.
I'm gonna regret this, but oh, what the hell? Yes, Tom.
They both add up to 1.
That's not the question I asked.
They're both.
Oh boy.
They're both.
Yes, Matt.
They're both a cube. No.
Are you sure?
I think
No.
so.
Because they look acute, or you
Yeah.
have some evidence that proves that they're acute?
They look at.
Yeah, what have we learned a long time ago?
Oh,
Don't
don't
trust
Don't
the
trust the
picture.
picture.
So again, what's the relationship between angles 2 and 3?
There is none.
Oh, beautiful. There is none. We know nothing about the relationship between angles 2 and 3. How they relate to each other. 2 could be bigger, 3 could be bigger. They could both be the same. This, by the way, is called the exterior angle inequality. Has to be true. You got 2 things that add up to be, and this doesn't even have to do with geometry, it has to do with simple common sense. If I got 2 things that add up to be a third, then that third thing has to be bigger than each of the individual parts. Okay, if 2 plus 3 equals 5, then 5 has to be bigger than 2, and 5 has to be bigger than 3. Question?
If we're not trusting the pictures, then how would we know angle 1 is bigger?
That's not a bad question, because of what we did with the exterior angle theorem.
Oh, okay.
We proved a long time ago that angle 1 is equal to angle 2 plus, we did that already. Okay, put it in the cloud. Okay, good. So you've got small, medium, large theorem will allow you to list the sides and the angles of a triangle in ascending or descending order. You've got the triangle inequality theorem, which is going to allow you to check to make sure you actually have a triangle. And then we have the exterior angle inequality, which will allow you to work with angles inside and out. One last example. I don't think I can remember this from scratch. Let me look it up here. Let's suppose we have 2 triangles stuck together. The question would be something simple like, which, and I'm not going to give you numbers, we're not going to actually work through it, I just want you to think about this. The question would be something like, which side is the longest side in the picture? And understand that just because one side is biggest in one of the triangles doesn't necessarily mean that it is the biggest side in the other triangle. Okay, this looks pretty much like FO would be the longest side. But again, you can't trust the pictures, you have to do the work. So what will happen is you're going to look at each triangle. We'll do this triangle first. So triangle FRO, and list the sides in order. And again, I'm not giving you measurements because I don't want to take you all the way through it, but you would have an inequality statement like we did before. This side is bigger than this side is bigger than that side. So you'll have something like FR is bigger than FO is bigger than RO, which is true for only that triangle. Then you'll do triangle FGO, and you'll get some other inequality. There's got to be a link between the two triangles. So for instance, we get FG is bigger than GO is bigger than FO. Notice the link between the two triangles. FO is there. Based on that information, which one is the smallest side? RO. Do we know which one is the biggest side?
No.
No, because we don't know how these two compare. Okay. So my point being, when you have triangles sandwiched together, they're going to have a link, and that's going to be their common side. And therefore, you use that to put together one big honkin' inequality statement. And that sometimes they'll tell you what the biggest and the smallest is, sometimes it'll only tell you the biggest or smallest. So please be sure to read the directions or the instructions for each individual problem. Okay, we good? Questions, concerns? Awesome. Day 10, right? I'll have your quizzes back for you tomorrow. As I explained earlier, they do take a while to grade because I have to check a lot of things over. But we'll have the quizzes.